As in any other object-oriented programming language, almost every entity in Python is an object. Python objects contain data and, in most cases, certain metadata, information about the data, as well as some related functionalities. Technically speaking, a variable providing metadata about an object is called an attribute. In a similar fashion, a function that can be associated with an object is called a method. Thus, a Python object represents a collection of attributes and methods. In this lecture, we will focus on attributes. More precisely, we will be working with the attributes of the Pandas series objects. Please remember that these principles are applicable when working with other Python objects as well. That said, consider this series A object from our previous lecture. After we've run this code, we can see the 5 values it contains, their data type, which is integer, and the index of that object. What I'd like to stress here is that we can get these pieces of information separately. For instance, we can obtain the data type of the values by accessing the dtype attribute of the series. Please bear in mind that dtype stands for data type. In terms of syntax, we'll use the so-called dot notation. We need to write the object's name, which is series A, the dot operator, and the name of the attribute we are interested in, dtype. Finally, please note that we don't have to add parentheses here. As we execute this cell, we obtain a message saying the data type of the values contained in series A is integer. Nice! What else can we learn about series A? For instance, we might want to know how many elements there are in this object. The size attribute can help us answer this question. When applied to series A by running series A.size, we would expect to see the number 5, right? Yes. So, by using this syntax, we can obtain information from all attributes related to the Pandas series class. All right. To reinforce what we are discussing in this video, let's practice with the product category series, which contains the following 4 strings: A, B, C, and D. By referring to the dtype attribute, we can infer that product categories contain strings, since the letter O stands for object, which is the default type assigned to non-numeric data in Python. Besides, we can apply .size to obtain an integer, which will show us the number of the data points. We obtain 4. Great! We are ready for the next step. I'll show you 2 ways in which the attributes of a certain class can come into play. We already know that attributes deliver information about a given object, but how do they do that? By returning a separate Python object. In fact, the benefit of this is that you can use the returned object in larger expressions while programming. For instance, if we pass product categories .size as an argument of the built-in type function, the output we will receive is integer. Therefore, the number of elements stored in product categories can be referred to in further calculations by using this short expression. Perfect! Another peculiarity when using attributes is that at a certain moment in time, they may contain no specific value. Here's an example that will show this a bit more clearly. We can use the name attribute to check the name of the product categories series. At the moment, if we execute this cell, we obtain no output. Of course, if we pass the same expression as an argument of the print function, we will obtain none. This is the moment to pay attention to a little difference that you need to be aware of. Product_categories is the name we can use to refer to that object in our code, while the object name is the one you want to see whenever displaying its contents. In other words, you can say that you are working with the product_categories object in your programs, but the name you want to associate with its data can be a different one. So, considering the output of the last 2 cells, we can state that as of now, our object has no name. If we want to, we can give it a name. To do this, we just need to execute a classical assignment operation. We can run product categories .name equals, and then provide a name we have chosen. Let's use product categories, written in title case. As we run this code, we can see the usual information about this series, as well as the name of the object down here. Furthermore, if we execute products_categories.name again, we will indeed obtain an output, the string product categories. And of course, we will obtain a similar result if we pass the same expression as an argument of the print function. Great! To wrap up, Please remember that the attributes related to a certain Python object allow us to extract information about it. However, they are not meant to alter or modify its contents in any way. What we learned in this video can be seen as a stepping stone to the next one, where we will talk about a very important subject, the Python index. This will do for now, and thanks for watching.